Shalom. Call all Yahweh Shemiel Shai by Shemar Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops at Great Millstone that taught us this truth and ruled well, and to the men that taught them. Peace and blessings to the elect, the nation of Israel, and that begins with the 144,000 who are the prophets today, and also that great multitude of men and women and children. And Heavenly Father is going to have mercy on. And you so-called Black, Latinos, and Native Americans, we are the true Hebrew Israelites. And that is according to the Holy Scriptures. Come with another lesson. This is your brother Dawood. And I wanted to just touch base on because, this has been on my spirit, And this lesson is entitled, You Jakes is Simple-Minded. And the reason why I say that is because if you think that this is somewhat a place that we're supposed to be at peace and we're supposed to be living comfortable and we're supposed to be able to enjoy ourselves, hell to the no. The Most High, this is a punishment, And you need to understand that and realize that this is not our rest. You know what I'm saying? Like Micah 2:10 say, rise ye and depart from this place spiritually, Because the mindset of Jake is dumb, man. Just stupid, pretty much. Their mind is so wrapped up into this place, man, they can't let it go, man. Playing video games all day, watching sports all day. You know what I'm saying? Jake don't realize there's no hope in this place, man. And it's not going to get no better, man. Just let it go, man. We got something that's going to be a zillion times better, I think that's it speaks about the kingdom, you know what I'm saying? I think that's in Revelations 21 or 22, one of them. You know what I'm saying? It's, because we know this is not our, this is not, our stability of time. Let me get that, because the Akim, we know living in this place, we ain't trying to be successful. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to, make it in this place. We ain't trying to become no millionaires, no, billionaires and no zillionaires. We ain't trying to come none of that, man. Because we know this is nothing but a place of just wickedness, man. And I know but in this truth, it requires sacrifice. And I know that's why you simple jakes, don't want to take heed to this, because then you would have to change as a person, man. You would have to, get rid of that old man, you know what I'm saying? Which is straight nigga, you know what I'm saying? Sagging your pants, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get number hoes, you know what I'm saying? Women after women, women after women, you know what I'm saying? We come from royalty, man, you know what I'm saying? We don't supposed to be carrying ourselves like that. That's man or woman, you know what I'm saying? We get that, because, that's how we supposed to operate, Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy times. Yeah, because this wisdom and knowledge is our stability. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're feeding ourselves with each and every day. You know what I'm saying? We're not worrying about trying to get, anywhere in this place, man. You know what I'm saying? We're hoping this place hit rock bottom. You know what I'm saying? Shit, pretty much yesterday, So we don't care about this place. And the strength of my salvation, the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shemiel Shai, is his treasure. Yeah. And that's our treasure, man. Yahweh Shemiel Shai. Waking up each and every day, repenting and confessing our sins and coming back to Yahweh Shemiel Shai and serving him and giving him all the praise and glory. But not this hellhole place, not this place to smell like, the air is all fucked up, the food all messed up, and then the price is steady going up. You know what I'm saying? Each and every day, you got to take your ass to work and work a 9 to 5. Maybe you have to work 12 or 14 hours in a day. You know what I'm saying? Pay these funky bills that we have to pay each and every day. Man, this is not living. And Jake, you want to stay here in this place, man? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because we fear Yahweh Shem Shai, and that's our sort of salvation. It's in the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai, not this place, Babylon. Because we know this place is, is falling every day. And that's what we do. We put out the prayers that this place go down, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't care about this place, man. Jake is loving this place, you know what I'm saying? Jake would like this place to go on for another 1,000 years if you ask them. Shoot, they got their whole mind, set on this place, you know what I'm saying? They read along with these other nations, and at the top of the list is the Edomites, the so-called white people, you know what I'm saying? And who messed this world up? They did, you know what I'm saying? And one of the things Jake like to bring up is, they always bring up these politics talking about Special T, you know what I'm saying? Trying to say, we need to get him out of office and everything. Man, whatever you do, it's going to still be the same, man. The right ring with the left ring, they're still the same bird, man. Nothing going to change, you know what I'm saying? So all your complaining, making it seem like why they vote him in, it don't matter, man. The elites choose who the president is, man. Who run the world, you know what I'm saying? So you dumbass niggas, y'all don't understand, Jake. You don't understand, man. Your vote don't mean nothing. So why even waste your time, man? And then also, every president that's been elected, pre-selected, they are puppets, man. Special T is a puppet, man. And it goes back to the electoral votes. You know what I'm saying? So all this time you've been in Babylon, man, you ain't going nowhere, man. You go to work, man, the amount of money that you make, you gonna get that shit right back, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's speaking about the Southern and the Northern Kingdom, man. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Let it go, man. You know what I'm saying? But don't need to elect in 1/3. It's going to take heed of his truth because we want this place to go. We want this place to destroy, man. We want the rulership, the heaven, the kingdom of heaven of Esau. This their kingdom. We want their rulership to be destroyed. Now, the earth is going to buy forever. You know what I'm saying? But we want them to go. You know what I'm saying? Because they are the bases of man that's ruling over us, man. Why would you want a base man ruling over you? You know what I'm saying? And what the scriptures say, yeah, let me get that too. In Deuteronomy, 17 and 15, we don't supposed to have no other God, or no other king besides we have a king, Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? Deuteronomy 17 and 15, thou shall in any wise set a king over thee, whom thy Lord Yahweh Shem Shai, thy power, shall choose from among thy brethren shall thou set a king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. Yeah, and Special T is a stranger, man. All these other presidents been strangers, you know what I'm saying? Even Obama, man. Because Obama is not our people, man. Obama, his dad is African. His dad is African, you know what I'm saying? And in Numbers 1 and 18, the father carries the seed. That's who you determines who child is that. You know what I'm saying? They don't go by the mother. Now they do have characteristics of the mom. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna look, have some similar features and stuff. But the seed comes from the father. So whoever your father is who you is. You know what I'm saying? If your mama had a baby, if Eve had a baby by Esau, then that's gonna be a so-called white baby. And that's point blank. You know what I'm saying? So like we have a king. We don't supposed to set nobody else, in front of us. You know what I'm saying? But you know how Jake is. Jake is simple as hell. You know what I'm saying? You can tell him over and over and over, the seed comes from the Father, that shit still go over their head. You know what I'm saying? And what's that scripture? Wisdom is too high for a fool. You know what I'm saying? Paraphrasing. Yeah, because all they doing is worrying about just feeding their flesh in Babylon. That's all they care about. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what we doing, man. This is what the Akim doing on the four corners of the earth, preaching this truth, risking their lives each and every day on the highways and byways. You know what I'm saying? Crying out to Yahweh Shem Shai. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20. Wisdom cried without the utter her voice in the streets. Verse 21. She cried in the chief place of the concourse. Yeah, because they be in the chief place in the concourse downtown. You know, and mostly every city. You know what I'm saying? In the openings of the gates in the city she should utter her words, saying, "How long, ye simple ones?" Yeah. And you simple ones is you niggas, you 2/3 niggas that want to live here in this place. Will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Yeah, because you hate this truth, man. That's why you going up to the prophets. You know what I'm saying? You making all these videos now, you know what I'm saying? You get on these podcasts, and now you trying to say, oh, we ain't no Hebrew Israelites, man. You know, we from African American, we African American, we come from 2 white men. Yeah, because that's why dumb you is, you know what I'm saying? Believe in that crap, you know what I'm saying? We fit the prophecies, man. So you can go on and believe your daddy Esau, you know what I'm saying? All you want to, you know? Let me read that back again, verse 22. And how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Yeah, because that's what fools like. They like wickedness. They don't love knowledge. They love, they love this world, the Esau setup. And that's why they want this place to continue to go on. You know what I'm saying? Verse 23. Turn you at reproof, and behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Verse 24. Because I have called and you refuse. Yeah. And that's what the prophets doing right now. They calling out, letting you know to get yourself together, Jake, But you simple. You know what I'm saying? You simple because what you've been fed throughout this world, through the music industry, you know what I'm saying? Kill your own brother. You know what I'm saying? Talk down to your women. Call them bitches and hoes. That's why you don't realize that the things that you doing is not right. Because you being a simple ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Verse 24 again. Because I have called and ye refuse, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. Yeah. Yeah, because right now, that's what the Akim doing on the four corners of the earth. Stretching out their hands, asking you to come back to Yahweh Shem Shai. But what would you rather do? You would rather, you know what I'm saying, go to McDonald's and, I like can I get a number 2? Can you supersize that? Yeah, that's what you simple ass niggas want to do. Y'all want to stay here in this place instead of being a king, you know what I'm saying? In the kingdom to come, our kingdom, you know what I'm saying? You want to stay around here, you want to pay these miserly old, a water bill when water should be free. You know what I'm saying? Electric should be free. You know what I'm saying? How can you be free but you pay a mortgage or you pay rent? And they talking about the home of the free. Ain't nothing free here, man. Because if it was free, you wouldn't be paying nothing, Verse 26, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear comes. Yeah. And when that time comes, which is coming, Yahweh Hashem Shai and the prophets are going to laugh at you. They're going to mock you when your fear comes. Because of you refusing to listen and hearken to this truth. We're going to just leave you out here. You know what I'm saying? And that day is coming. The famine of the word is coming. Where the Akim is not going to be out on the four corners of this earth preaching this truth. You know what I'm saying? Trying to wake up, Jake, which hopefully the hopeful elect is hopefully sealed, and that's, through the apostles and the elders and the bishops, saying that the elect is hopefully sealed already. You know what I'm saying? Verse 26. When your fear come as desolation and your destruction come as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, Verse 28, then should they call upon me, but I would not answer. Yeah. And that's what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what a nigga do. You know what I'm saying? They always late to everything. They're going to be late to their own funeral. How can you be late to your own funeral? But that's what a nigga do. You know what I'm saying? Because they would rather for you to tell them a lie than tell them the truth. And that's just how our people is operating. Verse 29. For that they have hated knowledge, yeah, because they hate this truth. You know what I'm saying? They're constantly, making videos, you know what I'm saying, trying to, say this ain't the truth. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to say Christianity and all this other crap is the truth and everybody can be saved. Show me that in the scriptures. Like it says, Thessalonians 5:21 says, prove all things. You know what I'm saying? But you can't, Jake. You know what I'm saying? Right along with your daddy, Esau. Man, woman, and children, who are the Edomites of the Bible, the so-called white people, who are got a judgment, but you want to try to save them. You know what I'm saying? But ain't no saving coming. You going down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you going down with your fellow daddy, Esau. You know what I'm saying? Let me read that again. Verse 29, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Yeah, because they don't fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. They only care about what they think about what they should do. You know what I'm saying? They would rather keep on being niggas. You know what I'm saying? Killing their own fellow brother, selling drugs to their own people, and the list goes on. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Jake, the fear of the Lord, that's who we fear. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. We fear, the Akim and the brothers. You know what I'm saying? But simple Jake, he would rather just keep on being a slave instead of being obedient to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the prophet's supposed to be on the highways and the byways. Like Isaiah 58:1 say, lift up thy voice like a trumpet. You know what I'm saying? Paraphrasing. If you was going across the street and you seen the train coming, you supposed to just whisper, hey, can you get out the way? No, you're gonna tell a nigga, get your ass out the you know what I'm saying? But our people, they want you to talk to them smooth, give them smooth words, be nice to them and everything. But hey, Jake, them days over with, man. Them days is over with. And you need to realize that, You need to understand that, Verse 30. And they were none of my counsel, they despised all my reproof. Let me read that back again. Verse 30. And they were none of my counsel, and they despised all my reproof. Verse 31. Therefore should they eat of the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. Yeah. For they turn away of the simple should slay them, and the prosperity of fools should destroy them. Yeah. Because all they're caring about is being prosperity in this place. You know what I'm saying? Making it. Chasing that dollar. You know what I'm saying? Because they simple. But they're going to be destroyed for loving this place. Verse 33, but whosoever hearken unto me should dwell safely. Yeah. And that's what we're doing, the prophets. The Akim on the four corners of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Starting with the apostles, elders, and bishops. You know what I'm saying? Hearkening to this truth. You know what I'm saying? Dwelling, and hearkening into this truth so we can be safe, and should be quiet from the fear of the evil. Yeah. So when that time of Jacob's trouble come, we'll be safe. You know what I'm saying? We'll have that covering cast over us. Well, we will make sure. We will give all praise and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because we know that day is coming. And actually, we're in Jacob's trouble now, but it's going to get turned up even more. And let's go to Sirach 12:13, and I'll end on that. And who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? Yeah. So since you want to, you simple jakes, you know what I'm saying, refuse to hearken to this truth, that snake is Esau, and you're going to get bit by him too. You know what I'm saying? You're going to feel that venom, that's going to bite you right in your ass. You know what I'm saying? And who pity a charmer? You know what I'm saying? you know, because, you know, we don't pity you, you know. We know that you stiff neck and you hard headed, Simple Jakes. You know what I'm saying? Right along with you, Eves. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get on you too. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you can say whatever you want to say throughout these scoffing videos. You know what I'm saying? But when that day comes, you're gonna wish that you know what I'm saying, you hearken to this truth. You know. So I hope this was edifying. You know, Simple Jake. You know, keep on, you know, showing your ass. And your time is coming right along with your daddy Esau, Edom, and other nations. So I want to say Shalom. I want to say call all Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Rakakadash. That honors to the apostles, elders, bishops, and that great millstone that rule and teach well. Peace and salutations to the Akim on the four corners of the earth, risking their lives each and every day on the highways and the byways. And to you brothers and sisters tuning in for edification. Shalom.